well, there's the pride thing, but then there's the points, but then, of course, the money's always nice as well. So these two teams going at it. We got Nullstone. We just saw them defeat BMG, knocking BMG down in the gold division. They're going up against Rexars. Rexar is a very interesting team, especially as of late. Definitely a team that's really become hot and looking very strong. They actually took the first game off of Sync Esports yesterday in their winter bracket semifinal matchup before eventually losing the series 2-1, but really making some strong statements there. So strong team indeed, and they are also playing with Zibe, as you may notice. We've kind of talked about before here and there, but they're playing with Zibe. Of course, no longer a part of BMG, getting kicked out, cut out, whatever you want to call it. Finding a new home in Rexars for now, at least, and it seems like it's somewhat fitting so far. So we'll see how that continues. But again, excited to be here. Minnie, welcome back. How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm doing really good, and it's quite funny. I was thinking to myself over in the break we've had. Obviously, Zibe left or got kicked more so in BMG, and then BMG dropped down to gold. So, yeah. Although Rexars didn't obviously face BMG, it's still probably a little bit of a bittersweet victory kind of thing for Zibe in the end. But nonetheless, obviously, Rexars versus Nullstone again, and kind of a similar draft of what we had in I think it was Game 3, obviously, where Nullstone Gaming forced to pick between Cthulhu and Parasite and Swiftblade because Rexars, I mean, they have done their homework though. They banned out the Oogie, but also the Magnus as well. And I think Nullstone, they've been first picking Magnus every single game because they've rated that highly. And I have to admit, I do think Cholo Simeon's Magnus is very, 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 very strong, particularly in sort of team fights and initiations. So, yeah, clearly Serenia doing his homework against Nullstone Gaming.
Yeah, it definitely have been. And again, these two teams, more so Nullstone, you can argue even a little bit more experience as of late. But again, Rexars definitely has their own history. And again, bringing on a player like Zibe too is bringing a little bit extra on top of that. But yeah, no doubt it is kind of funny, thinking what's going through the mind. I did see him in chat as well, while watching that other series. Of course, it for a couple of reasons, I'm sure. One, to see who their opponent ultimately would be, but to see his former team. But anyways, what's done is done there. Enough about that. So let's focus really fully on this series here. But yeah, definitely wouldn't be surprised to see this one go the distance, the way these two teams have definitely been playing lately. Final pick going to be coming out for Nullstone here.
I don't know, man. I mean, we talk about predictions. I mean, seeing this draft, I really think Rexars are looking strong, but I think Nullstone are definitely the favourites, though. I think in terms of predictions, I think I'm calling it 2-1 Nullstone.
Yeah? All right.
I don't know. What's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, America, first off, it's hard to go against Nullstone, if I'm being real here, but I genuinely, Rexars, I've talked about this before on podcasts. Rexars has been a team for me. I keep hearing the hype about them. That they'll make an appearance, then all of a sudden they'll fall back down. And it's like they kind of have this up and down between gold and diamond. That's kind of what they've been doing here. This cycle, especially though, again with their victory over Sync, at least in the one game, and definitely at least giving them some solid competition all throughout the rest of the series too. Really tells me that this is a team that's definitely coming back strong here. And actually might be one to really reckon with now. And again, especially picking up a player like Zibe, that's always going to enhance your team for the most part. So I would like to think this again, just overall is going to be a good best-of-3 series. So I'll leave it at that. The no prediction there. The cop-out.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it's going to be a great series. I think Nullstone are just slightly ahead in this matchup. But who knows, though? Anything can happen at the end of the day.
Yeah,
I mean, just in terms of the first 3 picks, I mean, I'm liking Rexar's draft, though, already. I mean, whenever you have a Swiftblade, your draft is automatically stronger. But and I mean, I wouldn't call Nullstone maybe like a one-dimensional team, but whenever they seem to win, it's because Oogie's on the team. Put simply,
a lot of their bigger wins have been with the Oogie. It feels like, yeah. We saw that stat earlier. How not only this team they like to go later games, but again, a lot of that comes down to because they seem like they picked the Oogie, and apparently Oogie's just a very good late game hero. Who would have thought when you look at it on paper, but. In the end, I mean, we are now in the second tier bans, of course. One more ban on either side. But yeah, that goes back to the very beginning of how this draft started, of course. The initial ban, Oogie right off the bat. You see Beaverbanger making his emote there, his face of displease. Why would you do this to me? But it's understandable, especially what they just did against BMG, to remind everyone that, yes, you want to address Oogie against this team. So Oogie can throw the ball Magnus Parasite. Then, of course, you had Swiftblade, Doctor, and Engineer here on Rexars. You got Kraken, Empath, and Ophelia on the side of Nullstone. But, yeah, getting a Swiftblade and Doctor on top of that. So that's kind of a nice synergy there where Doctor's more the early to mid-game carry, and then Swiftblade can definitely take over in the late-game stage with some good farm. So,
I mean, just in this game already, the reason why I sort of favour a bit of Rexar's draft is that like Nullstone, they don't really have anything to really lock down this Doctor Repulsor outside of like a charge into Kraken ulti. And then you put a rally on top of that as well. Like they can help out the Doctor Repulsor. I mean, Bubbles is pretty decent against Doctor Repulsor, but because obviously the Silence and the Kelphiel are pretty decent tools at locking him down. But once he obviously picks up a Shrunken as well, there's still not a lot of ways that Doctor can be addressed. So if he does get a lot of good farm, which is normally the case, when obviously Rexar's pick up. I mean, Rexar's love themselves some Doctor Repulsor, like they pick up all the time. And again, sometimes you need to think about banning heroes just against the other team, because I think that some teams get into the sort of the pot when it goes into draft and they're like, oh, let's ban this hero because it's really strong, or let's ban this hero. But there's teams where they don't pick a certain hero, or there's teams where they play a particular hero even better. So in terms of just the power level, they should be banning out different heroes in that respect. But a Nymphora though here in this game, so got the good old Nymphora Doctor Repulsor combo, man. That's pretty cancer.
Pretty strong, yeah. Nothing you usually are a fan of going up against, but how about that? Silhouette coming out.
Silhouette.
Yeah, Silhouette's again, ProBusk really showed, especially when he came in with Dawn, how powerful the hero actually is right now. But it didn't really seem to. I mean, there was a little bit of a trend. A couple teams. We saw Flensmeister, of course, for Sync Esports. That good old strategy of the split push and how powerful that was.
It's crazy though, because every game of Silhouette I've seen is owned, and yet we haven't seen it too much.
Seems
obviously.
like
so
it, yeah.
It's a little bit strange, but I think in this matchup it's pretty decent, because obviously they needed some kind of late game potential to sort of counteract the Swiftblade and Doctor Repulsor. But at the same time, it just got whispered by what you got saying, "Silo pick is for you, mate." It's very funny.
There you go.
Anyway, yeah. So I think the Silhouette pet is good here because obviously that gives him some late game potential. But in terms of the playstyle of Nullstone going, they've got the Ophelia and the Kraken and the Bubbles, and those are the kinds of heroes that they pick up the portal key on the Kraken and Bubbles, and the Ophelia maybe the Astrolabe, then push from there. But with Silhouette, you need the Nullstone and portal key to actually be useful, and I don't think Silhouette can farm the Nullstone and the portal key before Nullstone want to start taking team fights, and I guess you can take team fights with Silhouette without the portal key as well, but you really do lose a lot of effectiveness with the hero unless you have those two items.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man.
Yeah, and again, especially look at Rexars, and the likelihood that they're going to be looking to get involved sooner than later is most certainly there, especially with the dual support. You got Nymphora on top of that, as you mentioned, Nymphora Doctor combo, so it's that's definitely where this game is going to give us a lot of information of where we're perhaps headed as far as eventually down the line. And a pause here to start things off. Looks like Big Arlong has to reconnect here, but as soon as he comes back in, I'm sure we'll be good to go. The other series, of course, there's another series, again, as always, here in the first weekend at least. We got, of course, Reason Gaming versus Prime Icarus. And again, we left it up to you, the community, to put that straw poll out there. And I really could have guessed either one of these series, man. I'm definitely intrigued by both of them. In the end, of course, this is the one that won by a fair amount. But Prime Icarus especially, I really want to see these guys. And I know we got to see Certus early on in the season, then eventually kind of fell through there, but kind of making a strong comeback here now with Prime Icarus and him and Znui and whatnot. So, and then of course Reason Gaming also looking very strong themselves. So, definitely expecting a good series over there. That is being covered by St. Rocks, twitch.tv/St. Rocks, if you would like to check that one out as well. So, keep an eye on that one as always. See how things are going on over there. Both these teams like to use that Wild Rot, at least yesterday. So. Again, hoping we see that more today.
Yeah, I mean, with Rexar's matchup, though, they've got kind of a dual core matchup with Swiftblade and Doctor Repulsor, and it's just the two supports plus Rally to try and make as much space as possible. But I mean, if Nullstone do start pushing, when Athelia's got her Astrolabe up and Portal Keys are both on Bubbles and Kraken, I don't know if they're going to be able to really hold these pushes, because Doctor and Swiftblade kind of need a couple of their core items, and until Engineer gets level 6 and level, even regardless of what level Nymphora is, she's not going to offer too much in terms of the team fight. So I think they need to have a good laning phase and trying to keep on the ganks with the Rally, Doctor and Nymphora, because I think once the push and sort of the snowball comes from Nullstone, it's not going to stop, put simply. And although they might not be able to farm up a Portal Key and a Nullstone on Beaverbanger, just one Nullstone is enough for Silhouette if they've got Portal Keys on both Bubbles and Kraken anyway. So.
Yeah. Looks like Doctor is going to be returning here, so as soon as he gets back in, well, maybe not exactly just yet, but Nullstone is a quick wait themselves. So, like we were talking about also after the last series, so again, obviously we have next weekend coming up to continue things, and eventually going to find our Cycle 6 champion through that. And of course, Willowkeeper versus Sync Esports sitting up there in the winter bracket finals. Great matchup there, and something tells me that this one it could possibly be a little bit of a different result than what we usually get. Of course, that being Sync defeating Willowkeeper, but Willowkeeper not only been looking very strong as usual, but keeping that consistency going. But Sync may be dropping a little bit to an extent as far as their preparation and everything. But hey, maybe that's just all talk, and in the end they'll come through. But we'll be checking that out next weekend and finish things up. But what I was getting at is that there will be a fairly good break again, 3 weekends in total. That will not be Han Tour until we come back after the New Year. So basically, this is the last cycle before the New Year comes to a close. So let's enjoy it for what it's going to be here. And a reminder too about the 2014 awards. Again, we'll get stuff out most likely this week to you guys, the community. Look for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Get your guys' input on a lot of the community or the awards in general for the year 2014 that was. And again, I find it to be very intriguing with, we've had a lot of players and teams that are on the earlier part that are no longer here, but it definitely helps kind of make it very interesting in terms of where people are going to vote for. So it's going to be fun times.
Yeah. So back to this laning phase, one thing is for certain with Silhouette is that, you have to have a good time with her. And one of the best ways to actually deal with Silhouette is to do dual lanes or aggressive tri-lanes against her. And in this case, it's exactly what Rexars were doing. But at the same time, Rexars have done a really, really quite clever thing, because they've showed Rally, but they haven't actually showed their 2 supports. So Nullstone don't actually have the information available to them to sort of say, actually, there is a tri-lane top. I think if Nullstone had the information available, I think they should have done Silhouette, Empath mid, and sort of send up Bubbles up top, and then just rotate a Philly down into the other jungle. Whether that's what they're going to do once they figure out the lanes, but if you shut down Silhouette, she really has such a bad time in the whole game, because she needs that steroid farm in terms of the Nullstone and the portal key. Otherwise, she's kind of useless, simply.
Apparently, Chilosamian having some DC there. Yeah, one of the few players on the scene, and the only one that I know of is actually from South America down there. So still from America, just from the South America. But yeah, so hopefully that comes back. It looks like it has, and going to be returning back here and into the game. But yeah, I like this NIM4 engineer though. So yeah, you're certain that they weren't spotted by the ward of sight?
No, they weren't.
Okay.
Because what happened is that, and this, this is sometimes why placing they have. Sorry, I'll start again. So with supports, right? I remember when Z3 was back, obviously with Stay Green, and something that he incredibly emphasizes: whenever you have your wards, obviously when you buy at the start of the game, is you place them as soon as possible. And in this case, Dren sort of holded his wards a little bit, and he delayed the wards. I think he placed it at 0-0-0. And by that time, the 2 supporters were already in the top lane, and they weren't being spotted. Like, if he placed his lane wards straight away, they would have been spotted, and then they could have rotated, the Bubbles top and had the Silhouette Empath mid, which would have been 10 times better in terms of how to start their lanes. But now, they can't risk a rotation. Silhouette should be fine, I think. But the problem here is that obviously they don't want to put Silhouette against a tri-lane, but at the same time, she can't rotate onto another lane because she'll be wasting so much time and farm anyway. So she's caught on 2 sort of sides of a double edge kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh man, this actually she's in
be
trouble.
A problem now.
Yeah, she wanted to have fun with the creep wave right there. That's gonna backfire the Sealstone Highlands, and down it goes Silhouette for the Bloodlust kill. So yeah, very greedy there by Beaverbanger, but again, he had just no clue that they were waiting, like you're stressing, and actually they're gonna counter ward too. Jeez.
This goes back to the warden situation. Obviously, I don't want to flame, but he placed the ward straight away there. That doesn't happen, and this is why placing the ward straight away is the most important thing. But at the same time, they're going back again, actually.
Oh, wow. The Kex down lands. Heel's not going to land as well. This should be another kill. Yeah, they were confident that they can get it, and sure enough, they were correct. Plicticit right there. Yes, I said it right. Anyways, he goes in with the initial stun just in range, and sure enough, gets the kill. So, apparently, oh, yeah, Kraken's running back to base. That's kind of Dr. Repulsor right there, letting his team know that that he actually DC'd, but out of that he was going for a gank, but no. But yeah, so this is kind of an awkward start here for Nullstone Gaming, because not only do they lose 2 heroes right away at the top lane, but now Chilosamian, it seems like he's having some internet issues, unfortunately, at this time. So Not the best start, it's safe to say, for Nullstone here. And Rexar's feeling pretty good so far. Yeah, it's like, yeah, there's no way you can remake from this, unfortunately. So.
But yeah, I mean, at the same time, I know I've been going on and on about this ward up top, but like him having it in his sort of inventory like made no sense because I don't mean to sort of go on and on, but it is that big of a deal, honestly, because now they've lost the laning stage top so much, and whenever you lose your laning stages, you delay your timings or your power curve by like 4, 5, 6 minutes, and when that happens, it can really screw up your strategy. So it is that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
So, sad to say, and I mean, Silhouette is going to get absolutely nothing in this lane. So
yeah, it's so you assume that they're going to keep at it as far as Rexstars goes, just keep all three up here, no reason not to.
Rexstar should definitely keep 3 up here because although they're not being incredibly efficient, perhaps with their sort of farming in respects, obviously they've got 2 heroes up top doing not much really, whilst Ophelia's farming. Like they're shutting down Silhouette. If you shut down Silhouette, she will have no impact in this game, and I can't stress that enough. If she doesn't get a Null on a portal key, she will be food for the whole game. Like whenever you want to run a Silhouette, it's like against a suicide 10 times out of 10. You can't dual lane with her. You can't aggressive tri-lane or defensive tri-lane. She just sucks, put simply, because her low range and she doesn't offer too much in the laning phase outside of maybe against a suicide. But and yeah, for Rex, as long as they're shutting down Silhouette, it doesn't matter, because I mean Bubbles and Kraken, they might be able to make a little bit of space, if they get an early portal key for this Silhouette. But if she's still 100 GPM for 10 to 15 minutes of the game, Rexars have got such a good chance of winning this game because Swiftblade's going to get decent farm bottom, so is Doctor Repulsor, and Nullstone, like, their only sort of X factor is the Silhouette outside of Bubbles and Kraken. But in the late game, like I said, they're not going to do much. So yeah, I mean, like I said, there could be the potential where they should rotate Silhouette and Empath mid. But at the same time, it's like a minute already into the game. It would probably cost another minute for them to rotate mid, and by that time, you could even see rotations from the supports as well. So, yeah, man, it's looking rough already.
Brutal start already, yeah. And again, that with what's been happening to Cholosamian, unfortunately, I'm sure. I hope for their sake that. I think their attitude is still good, but it's understandable if it's pretty meek right now. But hey, the game goes on, and we are very early on still.
Oh,
so that's the big thing. So we're only a minute and a half in. So if anything, just to say to yourself, we got Silhouette, we're just fine. She can split push. Fundsmeister showed us that. So it's she brings that power, and they do not have an electrician. So basically, GG, well played. No,
pretty much.
But yeah, it has to come back up here, so keep an eye on the top lane. See, I mean, you can just tell already, though. Beaverbanger's like, I'm not even going remotely close to the creep wave here, because they're very likely hiding out nearby. So
they blocked the pool camp as well. So yeah, this lane is just really, really well. And this just goes back to really well played coming out from Rexos, though. I mean, you could perhaps even see maybe Engineer in for a rotate mid, because, I mean, if you can secure 2 lanes at once just with the rotations, then they're doing so much more than just the Ophelia.
So middle lane matchup, Dr. Pulsar 11-3, Kraken 12-3. So even despite that disconnect right there, Kraken has actually managed to have a slight lead over Dr. Pulsar, doing a pretty good job again using that splash attack. And early on, especially with the rage against the bottle now, it's good to see. It's understandable. He's having a pretty solid time here. Gets Doctor in the middle lane. Bottom lane, Swiftblade versus Bubbles. Swiftblade 9-1, Bubbles 8-2. So Fuzzy slots back to his suicide ways here as far as the suicide lane goes. And again, he played the chipper last game against BMG in the middle and actually did very well with it. So kind of a big play maker in a sense. We'll see how he makes some plays here with Bubbles. But look at this lane control on the top lane. Yeah, it's just...
And it's really nice to have this kind of lane control, because obviously if you're range versus melee, you can just literally walk up to Swiftblade and start harassing him. And unless he wants to start manning up against you, which is kind of awkward because Bubbles could just run away. He's going to have kind of a hard time in this bottom lane. But going back to what Nullstone could or need to do, they need to get level 6 on Bubbles and rotate top, because they need to really prioritise some farm onto Silhouette, as I've mentioned time and time again. That, or they need to hope that Rexar's misplay in terms of Nymph4 and Engineer. If they go a little bit too aggressive, I mean, they still got Ophelia up here as well, so they can obviously make a couple of plays, but I think it's going to be depending on these two supports overplaying kind of thing. Maybe a good wall from Empath as well could be helpful, but at the same time, they've got Rally on their team, so they can get bailed out if they need to.
Yeah, obviously you got N4. He's actually leeching into the experience. I was going to say, that's one of the downsides, of course, running a dual support in the same lane, aka tri-lane. They will be nerfed in their experience usually, but doing a pretty good job right there of kind of making sure not to take it all, spread it between the three, as Engineer was kind of off to the side and actually runs into Illusions of Kraken right here, as was going for the top room, but clearly Kraken getting there first, I take it. Yeah, was able to. Did he? Okay, he's going bottom right here. Okay, double. So that was from earlier. So yeah, he gets the double damage bottom here. It's actually well played by Cholo Samian, taking advantage of that Illusion Rune early on. And a lot of people would consider the Illusion Rune, fairly weak, but actually, top lane Engineer, he's going in. The wall off though from Empath will cut off Rally really from following that up, and pretty good defensive play right there actually, coming out from Nullstone. And hey, Silhouette will gladly take this. Creep Wave all the way pushed up to her tower. And ideally, she'll at least get some good experience here, if not even a couple of creep kills.
So talking of Silhouette, though, like she's obviously having a terrible time. In terms of item builds, I think she should switch it up slightly. First of all, you need to go Nullstone Portal Key on Silhouette, regardless of how. Even if you get 80-minute Nullstone Portal Key, I think that's the item you need to go. But in terms of your boots, normally we see Ghost Marches on Silhouette, but I think in this match she should actually maybe go Steam Boots. The reason being is because there's actually a lot of burst potential with the Rally and Engineer, and the extra burst potential, extra sort of tankiness from Steam Boots provides is quite nice. And if you go Ghost Marches, you do have a lot of a lot easy time sort of getting bursted down. And also the Steam Boots is quite nice in terms of extra split push because obviously they go to your illusion. So I think she should go pick up Steam Boots here, which would be quite nice. Middle lane though, Dot's just dropping low.
Well, Kraken actually went in. He tried to commit for the kill, but of course Ludicrous speed makes it very difficult. The release Kraken not enough. Bottom lane, Zibby goes down. Bubbles right there, able to take him out. Apologize, missing that action, but wow. Bubbles taking out Swiftblade. Not something you would usually expect, but able to combo for the kill right there. That's a huge kill for Nullstone, mainly because, again, they are down 2-0 to start here, and with the way the lanes are going, they really needed him to have a high impact.
They did need Bubbles to sort of snowball, and hopefully he can start having impact in other lanes as well. Obviously, if he can win bottom lane, then he should do that. But at the same time, obviously, they need to sort of maybe put a bit more emphasis on the top lane.
Yeah.
If he can, because Kraken can't rotate because he needs a portal key before he can do anything. But Bubbles can definitely rotate, I think, because he's got high mobility.
Absolutely. Maybe wait for another Kelfield cooldown here. Has 70 seconds more on that. So if anything. Could be a possibility. Actually got the Illusioner in bottom, so it seems like rear control definitely well in favor of Nullstone so far as well. That's of high impact. You see Swiftblade spinning him out.
Top lane.
Going to farm the creep wave back to the top lane. They are going to jump on to Silhouette right here with the rally initiation. Kegstep follows, and Serenia right here playing the Engineer 3-0 already. Ophelia, I'm not sure what you got was thinking right here. He's in a lot of trouble now. Rally has a stun in 2 seconds, 1 second. There's the compel. The follow-up Zeal stun. Easily secures the kill onto Ophelia. I honestly think that was a case of micromanagement. I mean, he was probably just trying to control the minions, had Ophelia going with him. We see that all the time, from players, and just ended up in a horrible spot because of that. So, ideally, you don't want to put your hero in that bad of a position, but clearly, for whatever reason, was. And good capitalize from Rexar. So,
yeah, I mean, obviously, them dying is a big deal, but I think the biggest issue with them dying is that they're getting a lot of XP on these supports, particularly the N4. She's closing on level 6. Actually, really good back in again, actually, trying to dive on this Empath.
Dive, yeah. Seismic slam. No, it gets canceled, actually, by the tree grapple. Well played. Rally's realizing, with support coming in, he wants to get the hell out of there. And N4 is probably going to be the sacrificial lamb. She will, but at least Rally got out of there. They did get a couple of TPs to be used. I believe one was even canceled, if I'm not mistaken, but Kraken actually does end up going in. And that's the end of that. So, yeah, I think Bubbles might have been TPing too, but he canceled it. But
there's the overextension from the supporters I was talking about. That's what they need, honestly.
Yeah.
More of that. But still, Silhouette is only 140 GPM, so still a long way to go, put simply.
Long ways indeed. Oh, nice charge under the cliff, but there again, there's Solidicus speed. And just trying to box him out of the regen room, which, yes, is going to be picked up by Kraken. Well played by Cholo Samian right there. That is not easy against a Dr. Repulsor to be able to kind of outbox him to get the room, but somehow was able to do so. And,
he's winning. He's owning this match. If I win lane, though.
As we say that, though, yeah, they're going to go right on top of him. Can he charge away? He can, but he brings Doctor with him, unfortunately. Oh, pops a regen room. Is it going to be enough sponge stack? Yes, he gets it off. What a turbo Cholo Samian, and he will live. The big plays coming out right here.
So big.
Wow, we just got finished complimenting him, and he makes a bigger play after that.
That was so big. Like, the bottle charge in between the attack was so big. Like, regened up, and then he hit it, and then he bottle charged again, then manned up, and then dodged the stun. Oh my god. OP, man. And then
Bubbles, he actually turns again, and they can get Swiftblade. No, Shell Strip's not going to be up, so yeah, Swiftblade will be fine in the end, but that was weird, though. For some reason, Rocky Balboa went kind of YOLO mode, went in for his yell stun. It was a nice dodge by Fuzzy's. Like, he saw it coming, and then he just quickly turned for the kill easily. I mean, that was a very risky dive that clearly just did not work whatsoever. So
these two solo laners are absolutely dominating for Null. Like, if Bubbles and Kraken weren't having such a good time, they would be in such a more bad situation. Obviously, Silhouette's doing bad, but at least she's getting a little bit more farm now because the supports are starting rotating elsewhere. But it is really like, these solo laners have done such a good job, because it was like, if Rexars, in terms of if Doctor Repulsor and Swiftblade had good farm, like, they would have been shutting down the enemy carry and having good farm on themselves, and they wouldn't be too worried about the Bubbles and Kraken. But as they're doing so well, like, they're having such impact in this game, and I mean, Nullstone, really, they're making some clutch plays, particularly on the Kraken and Bubbles.
They are. You see right here, Wardasight will spot Ophelia trying to go for the gank on Doctor. He easily falls back, and so Ophelia realizing that, yeah, that's not going to work. Hey, that's where, Ophelia is kind of an interesting hero with the idea of a Valid Ra, because, of course, her minions wouldn't get it, so not really as effective, I guess, with her or on her, for that matter. But still, picking up a Ring of the Sorcerer right there, trying to pick things up in general. Only 200 gold per minute. Goes back to just this top lane. He's still not the brightest at this point for Nullstone. But yeah, as you mentioned, the solos are really kicking it in high gear and absolutely giving them a very good shot at this game. And that's exactly what they needed once again. So Bubbles, he's going to kind of go at it with Swiftblade down here. Swiftblade just pushing the bottom lane as much as he can before having to fall back. The tower still has a good amount of life. It's under half, but looks like about 480 or nearly 500 life there. So Swiftblade getting Ghost Marchers now.
And here comes the Steam Boots from Silhouette as well, so great itemization. Like, normally you see sort of Ghost Marchers, like I said before, but she's so far behind, she needs to be a little bit more tanky, because she will die to rally, compel Size of Stone if she has the Ghost Marchers. So just great itemization as well from Beaverbanger. Even though he sort of had such bad time in lane, he's not sort of tilting. So great play.
Middle lane, back to Samian here, playing the Kraken. He's got the double damage room bottled up. Look for some big plays from him once again. He has a ultimate. Oh man, Engineer. That's a very. I mean, you would almost think it's a bait, but honestly, it's not. I mean, there's no one really nearby. Doctor's kind of nearby, but that would use all his mana to get there, basically. So, yeah, that's a very risky move by Serenia right there. But it ends up not really backfiring on him. He's going to be fine. Again, he's 3-0-1, actually. He's been very active part of this game so far, especially being at the top lane. Bottom lane, they are able to take out Fuzzy Sloth. Getting so caught up, but look at the stats right there. The 3 versus 1, they get the kill. Was that in for a TP? It sure was. She brought in Rally, it looks like. Rally gets the portal key now. He just picked that up from the side shop, so very good kill. Very good that in for impact. And they are going to get the tower kill on top of that, so that's great for Rexos right there. And that's going to start kicking in high gear. And again, we've talked about this. We talk about this whenever we've seen M4, really. Again, and Season 3 really hasn't been a whole lot. But then M4 impact, even when she's not constantly porting around, it's just that idea that she can do that at any given moment, kind of like we see right there. So, gonna have to start playing very safe. And you even look at this ward aside at the top lane. That's a very interesting placement right there.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Huh. Right there.
She's behind the tower, though, so it's decent.
Yeah, it actually looks like it's actually good. Give them some pretty good vision there.
It's like little things like that. Like, the Hon's obviously been out for like what, 6-7 years, and like it's little things like that you don't see. Like
5 years technically.
5 years, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Something around there.
But yeah, so it's kind of cool.
Let's go see the new things. Like still after all this time, definitely. 1,500 gold on Big Arlong here, playing the Doctor. So being 0-1-0 hasn't had the prettiest start, but. Going to see what he can make now. Again, the usual at this point, possibly something like the Arcana into the Hellflower. So, but will it be somewhat different here? I don't see why it would be. Seems like Hellflower is just generally good on a hero like Doctor, and good against a hero like Silhouette.
Yeah, I mean, I think Icon could be good as well, because they're going to get a lot of kills because of the Nymphora. But I think Hellflower is particularly good because of obviously they're fighting against Silhouette, and Silhouette's nowhere near her Nullstone either. So. But she could pick up, he could pick up the Hellflower, just be like a big sort of ganking mess, and leave the sort of hard carry sort of build up for Zibe, for example.
Mm-hmm. So you got, I need to pause here. Yeah, the Chilisemi in DC again, unfortunately. Yeah, it looks like he is back at the well. Actually, Jesus, today has been the day of the pauses.
Yeah, even with bad internet, he's making some big plays. So.
Yeah, right?
It's like Slicks.
Yeah.
Imagine him on land.
I know, right? Yeah, that's could be something again. I know, people are starting to question more. See, they'll look every now and then here and there as far as so what ultimately are the details for the finals and everything. Again, there's nothing public yet, so at this point it's just kind of finishing out the season, and I can safely assume and say that before the season ends we'll have an idea of how things are going to progress from the regular season to then the playoffs ideally, and then perhaps that big LAN event. But as far as the exact details, not out there yet. Hopefully coming in the near future, though. So, and I say that sincerely. I personally don't know myself exactly 100% what the deal is going to be going on. So it's not like I'm just keeping information from you guys. But
talking of keeping information, all these leaks breaking.
I know, right? Hey, actually, you know what? That actually, thank you for reminding me. Tomorrow's going to be a big day for those that are interested, about upcoming patches, and in this case, it's definitely going to be a bigger balance patch, guys. You want to check it out. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be sitting down with Waza. We're actually going to be live from the hot office, and I'm going to be sitting down with him. We're going to be going over a good amount of the leaks from the upcoming patch.
Yes.
So tune in tomorrow. I believe we're setting it up for 2 p.m. Eastern. That's 2000 Central European time. But, yeah, we're going to go over several leaks from the upcoming patch. He's going to talk about them, discuss them, give his take. So that's going to be a fun day. Going to be a fun day.
So how hard is Swiftplay getting nerfed?
I'm saying nothing. You're not going to get any exact information out of me. I say, it would be cool if we see nerfs on certain heroes like Swiftblade and Cthulhu Font, but hey, it's
all about the buffs. Hashtag buffs.
It's there's going to be I can reiterate what Waza said in the past. You got a rework coming of Monarch. That's one of the bigger ones, and I know there's not 100% specific stats or anything like that, but Monarch is going to be a very interesting and I think a very fun and very powerful, frankly, support hero with changes that she has coming. So I'm excited for that one. There are a couple other kind of reworks to an extent, at least, too, that are going to be very interesting. And I'll just say, being a support-heavy patch, expect a couple other support heroes that may not get picked too often, both in competitive and TMM scene. So we'll leave that there. But yeah, there's a lot of changes, and it's not just heroes, by the way, too. It's definitely some items getting some changes as well. It's a big balance patch, like they usually are in this case. It's all across the board. Things are getting changed.
And that's going to come into competitive scene as well, though. So it's going to be added onto it, right?
Yep. So nice. Cycle 7 and 8, and then from there on out, we'll be with the new patch. The new patch coming up. So that is going to be fun times ahead of us. See what changes and everything, but. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking out in my head, exactly, because I have seen the patch notes myself, but I'm trying to think of some.
I'm in SPTA. I don't even get told the patch notes. I just still we're looking into this hero. This is what's going to happen.
Yeah,
anyway. Don't tell me what actually happens.
Well, I think it's safe to say, from the past, there's been incidents of these leaks that happen, and it's just so they've gotten a little better at trying to, limit the amount of people that actually get that information. Because you would be spewing it out there. You streamed out. You'd probably stream SBT, knowing you.
I stream SBT.
Oops, my bad.
Look at all these heroes we're playing with.
Yeah. What are these weird heroes that we've never heard of and seen and doing these crazy things? All right. All right, looks like we're good. Looks like we're good to go. And again, you kind of just, at this point, cross your fingers. Hopefully, Chilisemian's internets is good to go as he's running back to base again. Oh, dear God. Don't tell me he DC'd again. I hope he's actually just running back to base to get something, maybe?
Already buy, though. Full HP and full mana, and he needs portal key as well, so.
That's really unfortunate. They don't know yet. They don't know yet either. That's the really crappy thing, because obviously they have no way to really tell. I mean, they're so focused on their own game It's like, can they even pause? Okay, they can. That's probably their last pause at this point. Yeah, this is just a really unfortunate circumstance here, but it is what it is. We'll hopefully try to get this figured out. Kind of just pray to the internet-on gods that it gets fixed.
It's in Bolivia. It's got to start praying to like rain god and stuff.
Do we want to? Well, let's go on a short break. Well, actually, what is the other series looking like? We got Prime Icarus versus Reason here. Ooh, that looks like it's a fun game over there.
Silhouette.
Yeah, we got to see Silhouette again. Let's check out that game. We might as well, obviously, because at this point we're kind of just sitting doing nothing there. Where are we going? We're going here. There we go.
Ooh, is that Carrier Luna?
Is it really? That would be interesting.
I think they're playing Carrier Luna.
I'm still joining in here. Who's on Legion? It would be Reason. Yeah. Reason Gaming.
Yeah, it is. So it's Carrier Luna. That's kind of cool.
That's
old school.
Alpha Motor days, man.
Ooh.
That is old school right there. Is it really Carrier Luna? It is a Hellflower and a tablet. Imba boy. Oh my gosh.
Highest GPM as well. It's got funny.
Go figure. We've seen Luna picked up a couple times over these last couple days as support when really never being picked up, and all of a sudden she's playing it as a carry, and she's actually going to jump on a Magnus right here. Here comes Silhouette though. Behemoth stunts, however, and now Silhouette's in a lot of trouble. That's an illusion though, right? No, that was a real thing. I hate Silhouette so much. But anyway, she does.
She didn't have her illusion open.
Did she not? I thought I saw her maybe port to
going into team fights, or even going into engagements. Like you have to have. Like I know it was on cooldown because I think she used it before, but you have to have illusion open, otherwise that happens. And she has picked up the ghost marches, which was something I know I mentioned in the last game. Like she's so squishy. Like if you go ghost marches on the hero, and things like this can happen. Like don't get me wrong, ghost marches is great on the hero, but unless you're incredibly elusive. Like, and that's by making sure you have an illusion out. This is the stuff that can happen to you. So.
Yeah.
And he's died 8 times already, or 7 times already, plus that one.
So it does seem like Reason's in a decent spot here, as we're now about 30 minutes into this game. Let me update the graphic again. I misspelled gaming. It's this tough word. There we go. All right. So again, this Prime Icarus team, like I said, you got players like Snooies, looks like it's the captain. You got Certis, Shorkan, a couple of players that you probably recognize their names, haven't been around too long, but oh my god, Lord Self-Forest, I'm just picking up on that. Now really looking at what's
Jungle
going on
as well.
Game. Yeah, Jungle.
Jungle.
Taking a page out of the Nullstone Gaming notebook there. As far as I'm not saying that they invented it by any means, but we have seen them do it a couple times, of course.
He kind of did, though, to be fair.
Yeah, as far as competitive game goes, yeah.
Yeah, so.
That is fair. He's building more of the utility tank, and that kind of makes sense. Actually doing pretty good here. Wow, 339 gold per minute. God,
I think I mentioned it. Oh, top lane.
What's top lane? We got action up here. Pyromancer trying to get away. Electrician and Sif, they're collapsing. Pyromancer's like, no, let me be. And that's not going to happen. They will kill her indeed. Bottom lane, they also pick up a kill onto Magnus in the meantime. So, let's talk about this Aluna carry, though. Again, Aluna carry is a very interesting concept, and her Emerald Lightning is more than just a stun, and I think that's something that people may forget. The attack speed that you actually leech from the opponents it hits is also pretty powerful too, and that's where if you're running a carry Aluna, that could actually be very, very strong. That was. Oh, I'm so confused. Oh, Lord Self-Forest. Okay, that gets you. Swift play in the meantime. He takes out Silhouette. Aluna's in trouble. She ends up going down. As the release of Kraken was too much right there. Kraken, however, nice portal key. Right as he gets cleansing shocked, is going to be fine. Yeah, I was rambling on there. I apologize. But Kraken gets caught by Electrician now. And actually, it looks like it's probably going to fall when it's all said and done. What great chase there by Zane. Actually, using that portal key on Electrician. I like it.
Yeah, it's a good item. He's a great initiator, but obviously the one issue is that his sort of stun is channeling, so it is quite easy to interrupt if you're not careful. But yeah, it's quite funny. Lord Southforest obviously killing Behemoth at the base, because obviously the ulti stops any healing, so that includes the fountain as well.
Yeah,
it's quite funny. But Silhouette dies again though, man. And I know this might be the most obvious statement, but more pauses, have fun. But you don't want to die on any carry hero, but like Silhouette in particular, because like the hero is a great carry hero and you can carry into late game. But I think the best part about it is that she can snowball so well, because once you pick up the portal key, she can go for ganks, and as long as you have like an illusion or your ulti back in base or in a safe position, you can play incredibly aggressive, get the pick off, and then you could sacrifice your position completely. But as long as you get the kill, you can just instantly illusion out or TP out. So, yeah.
Making sure you have that is obviously very, very important, basically. So, Electrician, he actually has 10 charges on that icon of the goddess, so it's good to keep up on that. So it seems like, again, Zane's been having a pretty high impact there. Swift played a full Dawnbringer finish. Embry, it's very interesting seeing this. Again, they got the Aluna carry, but Embry on Swift blade, it seems like he's even having the better time. And, I want to say probably considered more the harder carry, but again, honestly, Aluna actually has some pretty solid carry presence.
She can carry, but not as good as
not going to out-carry a Swiftblade. Oh, Wild Rot. They're going to run... Oh, never mind. Swiftblade.
Both of these, they can't see each other.
Glacius, on the other hand, going bottom lane, actually. Behemoth's going to get caught. He ends up going down. Glacius, he is found by a Lord South Forest. The ultimate is applied, gets the kill. Swift Slash is coming out. Those are all heroes right there, but there's a lot of heroes, so it's spreading the damage. And Embry needs to get the hell on out of there. Luna is running in. The red stun coming out. You see she's putting in the attacks right here. Electrician following suit as well. Luna with that shrunken head, but she gets caught in the laser Kraken stun from Magnus right there. They pick up the kill on a Switchblade. Down goes Luna. Down goes Electrician. And are you kidding me? It's a genocide. A 5 for nothing.
Oh, God.
For Prime Icarus. Yeah, that should not have happened like it did.
Well, I mean, I think they were doing a nice idea that they smoked 2 people into obviously the enemy jungle, into enemy ancients, for example. And like when you smoke, you don't have to sort of smoke the whole team up. But like obviously sometimes you have to just commit, or just accept that one of you guys is going to die. Like Glacius was the only one who was going to die there, but then Swiftblade came out and started trying to fight as well, and then it just they came in one at a time, and PI were ready for him, but simply, and then. Like, you take a team fight as 5 at the start of the fire already, but like that was just one at a time, and PI just eventually took them down one by one.
Yeah. Shrunken Head picked up by Magnus right there. Of course, Token of Life now on Silhouette. So, yeah, it's at a... Oh, what? That's interesting. He just chooses to disconnect himself. There's no pause coming out, but maybe he was heading back anyways. I don't know. Anyways, he's back in, so not the biggest deal. Just a quick reconnect right there. But, yeah, you see Silhouette. She's got that no-stone portal key, as you're so adamant about. And now it's 2,100 gold saved up. So, going to start focusing more on damage. Perhaps with, like, the Firebrand into Geos, of course. Pretty strong item.
That's normally the best item because it increases, like, the split pushing potential. And it does give her a little bit of tankiness that is definitely needed because she's only got 1,200 HP. Like, and if she can get, like, perma-stunned, which she easily can, like, because the reason why Luna's picked up the Hellflower here, as well as the tablet, is that she can tablet and get rid of the Null and then instantly Hellflower. Then obviously, Silhouette is screwed, put simply. Like to me, I view Silhouette as the agility version of Bubbles. Like she's a bit very very mobile, very very elusive, but is quite squishy as well if you can get hold of her, kind of thing. But can make a lot of good plays like Bubbles as well. So. With all these lockdown spells, she does need a little bit of tankiness as well, which would be nice from the Geo's Bane, of course. But I would like to see her get quite aggressive as well, like particularly with the smoke as well. Like you can easily smoke into the enemy jungle, and she can pick off Glacius without a doubt. And as long as she has her illusion out as well, she should be fine. So,
yeah. I wonder if I was looking at Lord South Forest right here. He's actually really tanked up for the team, but I'm wondering, is it worth prioritizing 4,200 gold into getting a Staff of the Master on him? Or is it you're better off just going more tanky, something like Behemoth out of Soulsborg and a Demonic, perhaps? Oh, no, they already got that on Kraken, I guess, but...
The reason why I think I would only go Staff on South Forest is if it's against a hero that has a lot of healing mechanisms, like for example the Oogie or the Dampier, because obviously it increases the duration. But like if you use it ulti now, like, I'm pretty sure they're going to die regardless. You don't need to increase the duration any more than it already has. And yeah, and the sort of when it dies under the effects, obviously you grant like max health, for example. Or, their maximum health, for example. Like, that doesn't even really matter, to be honest, because like they shouldn't really be targeting Lord South Forest. He's so tanky already. I'd like to see him pick up some more utility items, for example, like the Sheep Stick, or even like the Hellflower or something like that, because he doesn't need to get any more tanky, put simply, because they're just going to ignore him otherwise. So.
I can't get over the fact we've seen a Luna carry. It's just crazy stuff.
I mean, it is. Well, I wouldn't say it's common, but I mean, I know Tree used to do it all the time. The reason why you'd ever use carry Luna is that you'd put her in a tri-lane. And that's what they... I mean, I haven't seen the lane phase, but I can tell for a certain fact they've done an aggressive tri-lane here with Aluna, Glacius, and Behemoth. And like Aluna is a great tri-lane hero, but you know you can also be a great tri-lane hero as played as a carry as well. She doesn't have to play support.
Yeah.
Like the hero is so strong in the laning phase, regardless of whether she plays support or carry. So has a nice little niche in that respect, and reason I'm using that here. So
trying to keep an eye on the other game too. It looks like it might still be paused for the time being. So. I'm still trying to figure that out there. So, again, obviously, you know, this match has already been covered by St. Rocks as well. So, if anything, if we do jump back into the other series, you could go over to that stream if you wanted to continue watching this match here. But for the time being, we'll stay in this one because the other one looks like it's not going just yet. Aluna, in the meantime, she will survive at the top side. Magnus and Silhouette. Silhouette gets out of there. Is Magnus going to be fine? Yeah, no chase happening.
Silhouette didn't get the stun off, though. I don't know if the portal key was on cooldown or something, but, like, Magnus stunned in, and they could have easily got the kill if Silhouette followed up with, like, the tree bolus, but... Oh, well, bottom lane now, they're going to try Sif Blade instead.
Yes, they are. There's the Undying applied, so some good dot damage going to be coming out. You see the Superior Magic taking effect, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's all Superior Magic that with the ultimate as well.
Glacius.
What's up?
Glacius just ice imprisoned onto Swift Blade as well, so
oh, wow.
50% less damage.
Yeah.
Obviously, he can't heal. I mean, I don't think he was going to die, but it's still a nice little
It would have been close,
idea. Yeah, it's quite
just
nice,
to make
actually.
sure. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, that's a good point, because it's kind of like Slither's toxicity. It's... That's always entertaining when we saw Slither a lot. It's like people dying in the wall constantly. But, God, that's another... Have we seen Slither this season? We've probably at least... He's probably been picked up like once or twice.
I hate that hero so much. Like,
hate that hero? Come on.
I hate that
Dot
hero
damage
so much.
fun. That new staff, too, freaking makes it killable. It's awesome.
So boring. I think maybe I just don't like what it was like associated with just the team fights push was just so boring.
Yeah. And the no stun is, you know, meh. Slither's played 2 games. Hey, look at that, 2-0. Not surprised. More teams need to pick him up, just saying.
What's Silhouette's win percentage, by the way?
Silhouette? I'll let Quincy.
Just pick up Ice Brand.
Oh gosh, Swin and Bones would hate this. 50%, okay.
50%.
Only 18 games, okay.
Yeah. That's I guess. I mean, you do go Frostwolf onto Silhouette, to be fair, because it's great, like one of the best stat items in the game, and obviously it helps in terms of sort of split pushing, but I'd like to go Geos first before Frostwolf, because you want a little bit more damage, and like you said, the Ice Brand by itself is just such a terrible item, like the stat efficiency is just terrible, so, but at the same time, she does need to get a little bit more tanky. Yeah, she has got the Ghost Marches, so it's not a bad item pickup, but I think Firebrand into Geos would have been a little bit better.
Yeah. Well, it has it here, so just a matter of following that up. Now, you see at the top side, everyone here trying Icarus, making sure to defend what is their last outer tower remaining. So, Lord South Forest, look at that, by the way. 4,600 gold. You know, he's at the point where something like a sheepstick probably makes sense, right?
Yeah. That's what like you want to have like some kind of utility item on him, because otherwise he's going to be a big tanky mess that people can just ignore. But if he has the sheepstick, you kind of might want to be more involved in sort of maybe locking him down, for example. So yeah, I think sheepstick would be nice, particularly against Aluna, because she's got the shrunken head. If you can somehow tablet into instant sheepstick before Aluna gets shrunken, it'd be nice, because they could easily bring down Aluna, because she's only got 1600 HP, not too tanky.
Behemoth too. The portal key is level 16. He's got an Arcana here, another 1,000 gold saved up, so he's actually there. I was gonna say, are we gonna see spell shards? Yep, we do.
I love spell shards, but I would have preferred to see in the resto. It's obviously the build up is a lot more, but
yeah.
I mean you can go resto after spell shards. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's worth the wait, because you can get like a double ulti. Yeah. And I mean, he might not have the mana though, because he's got Striders. If he had Steam Boots, then it might be a bit different story. But.
Okay, I'm looking at the other side. It looks like it is continuing, so let's actually go jump back into that one. And this is a pretty action-packed game and everything, but you know, this is being covered by St. Rocks over on their stream. So if you didn't want to watch it, you can check it out over there. But let's head back into the Nullstone series, since it is continuing here.
We've got some silhouettes. So I'm happy.
We're good with that. What do we got? It's Nullstone versus Rexar. Let me just update this real quickly. Nullstone Gaming. We're not in a pause, are we? No. Okay, good. That would have been awkward.
Where does Silhouette get her farm from? It's like 350 GPM now.
Looks like, yeah. I was actually picked it up quite a bit. Wow. GG spec lag. Look at us ruining the game experience. How dare we join the game. All right, so that's going to go, the graphic. Okay. So, yeah, looking back at this, kind of catching out 23 minutes in, it looks like. We got, yeah, Silhouette was definitely really struggling, you're right, but...
now with the farm she's got though, she's in a good position. Like, although she doesn't have like great farm, she's got a portal key now, and like those are the two items that literally all you want to need, like in terms of core. Obviously, any other items on top of that is nice, but you've got portal key on Bubbles and Kraken now as well. So like those three initiates can blow someone up instantly. Like if you get like a Bubbles, Song of the Sea into Kelpfield, and then charge onto Kraken, and then the stun from Silhouette as well. Like they can blow up the Doctor Repulsor so easily, and that would be probably the way to take team fights if possible. Because even though Silhouette might be up in the front ground and she's a little bit squishy, like she just has the illusion to sort of swap out of, and they'd either be looking to sort of burst down Doctor or Swiftblade straight away with that combo of the three portal keys.
Yeah, how about that Alchemist Bone pickup from Swiftblade here, coming out from
Zibe, man.
It is Zibe, so I guess there's not much more to it there. I mean, they're not going up against a Parasite, so. But hey,
I think he knows that he is the hard game carry now, and he has to sort of farm into it. And going Rune Cleaver this late is a little bit questionable. Perhaps there would have been a lot of farm wasted as well, like quite a big build up compared to Alchemist Bones. So
yeah,
it's against an Ophelia as well, so somewhat decent in that respect.
That is actually very true. You know, that got changed a couple patches back. It's been a couple months now, even, where you can actually now use Alchemist Bones on her minions. So it's not a still. I
think against Parasite it's still better, but
yeah,
against Ophelia it's a bit more of an annoyance. But I mean, as long as the Ophelia player is on point as well, she can deny the Bones charges, so he doesn't get the 190 gold as well.
True. But I mean, even just making her do that is actually pretty effective in itself. So yeah, I'm not saying you get it for that purpose by any means, but it's a nice addition.
It's a nice little feature, yeah, definitely.
That he has to use right here. You see, that's a fake Kraken. They realize that pretty quickly. Kind of trying to see if we can bait something out, but they do not. So gonna push out the middle lane. Actually, a little bit of split push coming out here from Rexars. They need to be a little careful though, because Nullstone has more players up here at the top lane that could catch, and yeah, you see both Rally and Nymphora falling back before that happened. So Fuzzy Sloth, yeah, he's been having a good day today on Bubbles here, 411. He's about 286 gold per 286 gold per minute. Nymphora gets caught. Actually, speaking of Bubbles, they're gonna chase him down. They use the Kelpfield to stop him, and Nymphora is eventually gonna fall. One more on attack. Oh no, is he really out of range? One more second.
No ghost marches, man.
Oh my gosh.
This is the problem with no ghost marches in Silhouette. Like, she can't chase at all, but yeah. But,
wow, that's gotta hurt, man. That's
the most annoying thing as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wondered if he could have. Like, he had ultimate up. I would like to see him dive actually, but. Like, you can play so ultra aggressive with Silhouette because like you're in no danger. Like, as long as you got the Nullstone, like they don't simply have the way of locking you down. Perhaps a portal key rally stun, but even that, I think you should be quick enough to sort of click R and get out of it. But nonetheless, it's gonna man down.
Dr. Repulsor going back to base, doesn't have any charges currently on the Icon of the Goddess. Being 0-1 and 0 doesn't help with that. So needing to get some activity going and start adding up some of those charges, as well as just good for the team, of course. You look at Engineer here; he's roaming around with that Valderat, seeing if he can find anybody, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Bubbles will push out. Okay. I was going to say that was a bad timing, but yeah, actually portal keys are away right away, and eventually avoids the 4-man gank that was bound to happen. So good play coming out right there, and back to farm we go. Is that a staff of the master in the works for Rally? It looks like it.
Yeah.
The glowstone.
That arm is so cool on him. It's so good as well.
I like how it was considered kind of more of just like a fun trolling thing initially, but it really has proven to be.
There's so much damage.
Yeah.
There's so much damage.
I think it's not the damage, it's the radius, man.
I guess, but like you can just blow people up though with the damage. Like, it's so sick.
Yeah.
So sick. But yeah, I mean, I was talking about, like, I wonder if this is a Shungan head game for Silhouette, though, because she is fighting against Doctor Repulsor, Engineer, and Nymphora. I think the biggest thing is it's the Engineer. Obviously, she might have the Geo's Bane of getting out of, obviously, the Purge or the or sort of the silence from the energy field, but it is really, really frustration to play against, because obviously when you have the Silhouette, like, you've got the portal key, you want to sort of jump in, but obviously if the energy field is there, it's going to be, like, really awkward, per se, but at the same time, if she goes strong ahead, she will do little damage. So it's one of those personal preferences whether he thinks he needs it or not. He's going for Geo's first, though, which is like the right arm build. So
yeah. Does he have? He just got the firebrand, right? Yeah. So nothing further after that here. Speaking of Geos, they got the firebrand been sitting on Zibby for a while. More of the Frostburn style. It seems like we usually see on Swiftblades, but he's pulling up a little more gold than is needed to finish that for the time being. So perhaps going the full geometer spin route instead. Do you think there's any good logic to just get straight up Geos being
Silhouette.
here for him? Actually,
sorry.
What?
Sorry, no, don't worry, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, like, we're good. That's all good. Sorry, Geo's been on Swiftblade, did you say?
Yeah, he just picked it up right there. There we go.
Yeah, I think it's decent. Like, whenever you're going against like a Bubbles or even like a Empath as well, like, it's just nice. Oh, here comes Nymphora gank to middle lane.
Yep, they're going to try to set something up. Dr. Pulsar flies in. Nice jolly Empath, though. He jumps inside until Simon all of a sudden.
So
Doctor's like, wait a second. Now I'm in trouble. He is going to be able to ludicrous speed away as I see the Kelphill was just out of range. They're going to try to capitalize still, though. Engineer, nice tablet, or more so the rally compel support. The big charge in, though, from Kraken. He wants to go yellow mode, and it'll pay off initially. Will it in the long run? It looks like possibly. Rally's in trouble. He's dropping about a quarter of his life less, and down he falls. And that's a 2-for-0 exchange. So we're going to see maybe a Kongor or some kind of push here. Definitely push middle lane at least, as there goes the tower. But yeah, very aggressive. That all started with an Empath reaction right there. Jumping inside.
Sixth sense kind of thing. But yeah, that was just a good play. But did you see the interaction between Dr. Repulsor's opposite charges and the charge from Kraken? It was so weird. So like Kraken charged him, like Dr. Repulsor like flew into the trees, but Kraken was still like in the charges. It was so random. But,
that's funny.
Nonetheless, yeah, it's just a little bit. I mean, I'm liking them using obviously the Nymphora gank and stuff, but they are like taking the gank like right next to a tier 2 middle lane, and it wasn't hard for them to rotate over. Seeing as they've got portal key on all three of their cores as well, like the sort of area of influence they have is like 1200 because of the portal keys, so they have to be careful. Stronger now on, Token now on Silhouette. Now she's going to play ultra aggressive now, I think, and it's going to pay off. Now she's like 400 GPM as well, so she's bounced back so much, man, from what she was before.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was it's pretty crazy to see. Again, we kind of had a gap there ourselves because we were checking out the other series with all the pauses in this one, but we came back and all of a sudden went from like 160 gold per minute to 350 and continuously going up here now 400 plus. So yeah, very, very good news, though, of course, once again for Nullstone. Rally's getting closer to finishing that Staff of the Master. He actually just needs I believe it would be the Neophytes book at this point, and then going to complete what would be that Staff and can increase damage as well as that radius. Double damage room bottom. Rally, yep, he's going to be able to pick it up, sees it in time, and gets there before anyone else does. Swiftplay middle lane, he's in a little bit of trouble. How much are they going to commit? Bubbles? No, he's not going to go in. He has a Kelphill, but figured it wouldn't be worth it right there. And Swiftblade reacted a little too quickly, so no go there. Nymphora level 10, so once she gets that level 11 mark, of course, we'll be able to take 2 players with her. We'll see if maybe that starts to increase the activity. But once again, going back to what we were talking about earlier, again, Nymphora just, even if she's not using it a whole lot, it's just that idea that she could be using it at any time. You got to be constantly looking out for it. In this case, if you are that Nullstone gaming team. So I'm sure that's in the back of their mind at the very least. Constantly thinking about that. Silhouette into the 3.5 minutes remaining on his token, her token, whatever. See when and if, as they are actually kind of grouping up here at the top side now, maybe looking to push up the top lane perhaps. Yeah, I think that's where they're going to be headed. But Rexstar is doing a little bit of counter middle. Maybe going to check it out up here. Doctor and 4 kind of going up. That's a Wild Rod Empath actually. Just in range, can definitely see. Okay, not going to be exposed though.
Pops.
Just in range too much.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Rexers even want to take this fight though. Like, they're fighting against Token, Silhouette, and they don't have staff on Rally. Although they do actually have it, but he hasn't got it yet. But no Hellflower on Dr. Repulsor. But no Shrunken on him either. And I don't think they can actually take this team fight. They're already a little bit behind, so they actually are going to split. So good idea from Rex. I think they should be able to actually defend their high ground because they've got staff on Rally and obviously Engineer Energy Field. So they can defend their racks, but there's no point defending the tier 2.
Yeah. We got the tower. Dr. Pulsar flies in. That's an illusion Silhouette, though, so just happens to be running right nearby. And going to stay alive for the time being, so Silhouette has that option to port back to, of course, if she needs be. But not going to do it. Or she did, never mind. She did, and now she's going to farm the middle lane with that. So yeah, that's kind of a cool tool as well. It's not only for getaway purposes, but it's got just a very quick TP in a sense, where it allows you to, again, go to another lane very quickly and farm up over there. And not only makes her a great counter pusher, but the split farm and the split pushing even. As once again, we refer back to that Flensmeister game, that game that Sing should not have won. It felt like that they somehow did because of the power of Silhouette. So, you know Rexars, I'm sure, has that in the back of their mind too, of like, oh god, the later this goes, we got to deal with that Silhouette more and more.
But I mean, at the same time, they have decent ways of dealing with the Silhouette split push stuff. They've got Dr. Pulse, which is arguably probably one of the best heroes. They've got, obviously, Staff and Portal Key on Rally. And they've got the Nymphora. So there is ways to deal with the Silhouette. And even the Keg from Engineer is decent, because obviously it's a stun. So they've got ways to deal with Silhouette. It could be there could have been a better Silhouette game. I think the game where Flensmeister went ham was that they had no way of really dealing with it. Like, I think they was against a Soul Stealer carry, and it's like he does nothing to the split push. He's got nothing to really lock him down. So, but in this game, they've got ways to deal with him. It will still be a presence, no doubt, but compared to other games, it won't have as big of an effect.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of her, she's got the illusion up top here. I wonder if the Legion team is aware that that's an illusion right now. Now, Rally's sitting on top of a ward of sight, so he's definitely seen, but yeah, hopefully for their sake, they don't kind of go all in right here. Hoping that I think it's pretty obvious, though, yeah, the way he's kind of standing still and everything, so not going to fall for that. Hastrun will be picked up by Bubbles in the meantime. They're heading bottom. They want to try to kill this Engineer. Cuffle, maybe? No. He could have, but yeah, probably would have been too late at that point, so it's good that he held off. Engineer makes the escape. Why was Engie pushing bottom by himself in the first place? I mean, I guess getting farm somewhere, but that was pretty risky. Especially with the bound die.
Yeah, that's true.
Stays alive, though.
So Silhouette, so Null's not going to start pushing now, but Token is down. And Hellflat is picked up now from Doctor. They've got Staff the Master of Rally, so they're in a little bit of a better situation if they want to defend. But it seems they just want to take the tier 2 tower top instead and only want to defend the base, although they're also not really pushing in, so... forget what I'm going to say. Oh, I don't know. No, don't know. Oh, there's TP coming in bottom lane, though.
Yeah,
this could actually work out really
badly. They are going to go bottom. They're going to jump on a Kraken initially. Hellflower comes out. If you launch enemy, someone take it. Not taking enough, though. Seismic Slam comes out and immediately it falls. They will get a counter kill, however, on a Dr. Repulsor. Yeah, Silhouette, is she actually going to port back into the illusion?
She should. She should.
You want her to. I don't know if she's going to. Her team is kind of nearby. It looks like, yeah, she wants it. There we go. Empath inside. There's the jump. Nice tablet support Nymphora, or more so the Compel. Oh, she ports out just in time.
This is what you can do with it.
God, that is so scary, man. What is Empath doing? Oh, jeez. I'm pretty sure he thought that was a real Silhouette still. Or something. I don't know. That was kind of silly. But anyways.
I mean, like no other character here could do that. Like, you're low HP and you just go in like 3v1. Like, he was so close to dropping the Nymphora as well. Like, this is why the hero is just so much fun.
Yeah.
So next item here for Silhouette, I think it should be Frostwolf, because although she did obviously dodge that gank, there is possibilities to sort of drop her, and the worst thing you want to do, I mean, another way is going to Savage Mace here. Like, to me, there's two item builds or ways you want to sort of build Silhouette. One way is sort of the way in terms of getting pick-offs and playing incredibly aggressive, and this is the Savage Mace. It does work quite well because obviously Super Blaze has picked up the wingbow, but with this, like, you can play incredibly aggressive, get pick-offs, and then sort of swap out. The split push is a little bit weakened in that respect. Bottom lane, all Bubbles might be in trouble.
Yeah, he is in a bit of trouble. He doesn't have a fork yet for 5 more seconds, nor does he have a shell there. Fuzzy's Sloth in a lot of trouble, in fact.
He's so dead.
He is definitely should be dead. Oh, the panic shell surf. He spam clicked that Q, so.
Yeah, so you got you can go like the Savage Mace build, and that's it's really good for sort of pickups because you can go in, kill something in like 3 or 4 seconds, and then pull out. But it does reduce your sort of split pushing potential, or you can go like the all-in split push. So it's all about the stats, like the Frostwolf, the Geo's Bane, and even the Wingbow, for example. In this case, I think it probably makes the most sense because he can get aggressive, kill him for an engine and then get out. But also, it's a decent way of dealing with the Swiftblade. So it is a good item. I do like it here.
Demon's Tower bottom is going to fall right there, so good push by Rexars. Yeah, again, we did see the power of that Staff and the Master on Rally against the Kraken. I mean, he was already dropping, but he was about half-life, and all of a sudden he's dead as soon as the Seismic Slam lands. So the potential is there. Yeah, I mentioned Swiftblade picking up that Wingbow, so see what ultimate use that will make right here. Nymphora sitting next to Dr. Pulsar, feeding him the mana as much as she can at least, and Yeah, knowing that they have both a Doctor and a Swiftblade on this Legion side that are actually both getting solid farm throughout. I mean, Swiftblade a little bit more, especially with the Alchemist Bones. But even big Arlong here. On Dr. Pulsar up to about 375 gold per minute. You look at Silhouette, though, 456 herself. Again, the Slayer, you're talking about the Savage Mace. Top lane, they catch Rally. And Rally is going to ultimately fall right there. So, Plicticit playing the Rally does go down.
Right.
In the end, yeah, indeed. So, a little seismic slam for him that time. Nor Compel, the Kraken landed the charge. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, that is true, and that's what I mean. Like with Silhouette, like she can be like there's not a lot of carry heroes that get involved in ganks. So Silhouette is one of those heroes. Like you can get Silhouette +1 with Kraken, and you should make those skills happen. Obviously, Congo is down, and Rally is pretty up if they want to go high ground. But they might be able to get the tier 2 though if they want to trade. Yeah, and they are going to rotate, take the tier 2, and then probably back off after that.
Yeah. There are they. Gonna find Dr. Repulsor. He runs right into them. Sheepstick immediately comes out, and he had no chance. Came out at the last second, but it was just too late. So he's dead. He has a buyback, but definitely not going to use it yet, at least. This Steve at the tower is going to easily fall here in the middle. Yeah, that was just a very... I mean, you can understand kind of why he just was walking up, getting prepared, perhaps, but at the same time, he was kind of going into no vision, really. And that's where it backfired for him. So... Good catch onto Dr. Big Arling. 0-3-2. Again, so this is one of those games. You know, the icon pickup. It's understandable why doctors get it, but it's like it's almost a useless item on you at this point.
Yeah, that's why I don't like it fair, because you don't get enough charges because you can't find enough kills. And even though within Infora they weren't able to find enough kills, unfortunately. And obviously, if you die, then you lose half your charges, and that's why I don't rate it. I mean, in team it's great, but competitive, pretty poor.
Yeah, but I mean, has it nonetheless right now, and. Gonna try to continue to make use of it here, but Rally will help push out the middle lane with Engineer in the meantime, as, of course, Nullstone has already fallen back. Conqueror is up. I think this, we've kind of bounced between two games, but I believe it would be the second Conqueror kill. If they were to
Savage Mace completed on Silhouette as well, so has ways to sort of deal with the Swiftblade. One little thing is quite nice, actually, with Savage Mace and Silhouette, is that obviously the Relentless Salvos increases your attack speed by 400, and obviously, the Savage Mace can proc both of those times. Obviously, Savage Mace is nice with high attack speed. That's why we used to see it on Moira all the time. Obviously, you get the red gun and get like loads of +100s.
Okay.
Savage Mace.
I thought you said Moira for a second.
Sorry,
what?
MOA. Sorry,
gotcha.
MOA.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so high attack speed is really good with Savage Mace. So it's just a nice little feature with Silhouette to get that as well.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Apologies.
It's just I had to double take there, so I'm like, wait, Moira's attack. I'm like going through her skill set. I don't think she has any increased attack speed. MOA though, mass MOA of arms. That makes sense.
Yeah. MOA, Master of Arms of Arms.
What do you mean? Demonic Breastplate picked up on Kraken there. He's gonna have at least purchased it. Yeah, it is on the courier, so gonna send it out here and have it delivered. It's about 41 minutes in. Again, this is the first game I was getting at there as far as this best out of 3. So. What is the losers bracket round 2 of Nullstone versus Rexars? There we go. There's the Demonic actually delivered. Again, we have seen a fair amount of TP. Is actually going to use the Veldrat right here. See if she can find. Again, this is one of the powers of it. She is not seen right now by the Rev Ward as a result. It does not expose Veldrat as we found out yesterday by Waza. He confirmed that, so I assume that's the case. if that isn't the case, then something's wrong. Yeah. Middle lane, they're all clumped up though as Nullstone. We're gonna see some kind of fight here. that is real. I thought that was an illusion for a second. That's the real Dr. Repulsor though. Gonna be caught on. The CC is so strong. Had no chance once again. Energy field comes out from Engineer. It's destroyed immediately though. Seismic Sam in the face of Silhouette. It didn't really do nearly enough damage, however, and now Rally's on the run. The panic and the auto attacks from Silhouette. Swiftblade trying to do what he can, man, but it's not enough. Patrick coming out for Beaverbanger, and Swiftblade falling back to the base. Gonna get caught though. Maybe a charge from Kraken. No, he chooses not to actually, and he actually misses the charge on a Rally right there, but a quad kill by Silhouette. Is she still doing things? She is. Of course she is. She Portuguese in. Dr. Repulsor in a lot of trouble right here. He's going to go for the turn kill. Will it be enough? No. Well, she comes out. It's a Fuzzy Sloth. Why would you do that? He steals the annihilation. He's like, no, I'm still relevant here. Oh, boy. But anyways, the point being 5 kills in total for the team. A quad kill, of course, for Beaverbanger.
Oh, man.
And
the best bit about that is that like Silhouette was close to dropping, right, and then see she ultied out because Dox was on her, but even her illusion killed the Nymphora while she was out. Oh, I love this hero so much.
And now Congur. Again, the second Congur kill going to be happening, so that's going to be falling down pretty quickly right here. And you're getting to a point too. I mean, Silhouette has another 3,500 gold saved up here. Kind of curious what we see next. It could be more the defensive, something like a shrunken head route, or was that a lag spike? Yeah, that was a lag spike right there.
I got that as well.
Yeah, everybody felt that one. That was one of those earthquake-sized lag spikes there. So hopefully.
So yeah, she's not going shrunken head actually, which is I think it's fine. Like she has had no issue with it at all. So and like that's something like on paper the shrunken head might be good kind of thing, but you got to feel it out for the game kind of thing. So
yeah.
So it's just a nice little item pickup as well, and she hasn't had too much issues with it. And with the Savage Mace pickup now as well, she does do a lot of damage. She still has her item modifier to pick up actually, and I'm wondering what she's going to go for. She could go the Frostwall for increased sort of split push, or if she feels like she needs to get a little bit more tanky and have a bit more carry presence, then Symbol of Rage might be better. But for actually the next iron pickup she should go for, I think she should pick up Post Haste and keep the Steam Boots. And now you might be looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You're dumb.
Yeah, but it's actually
a really
good iron pickup. Because like it's only 2,450 gold, okay, and it's better than getting any other component. Also, like you always want to have a TP with you. So if you have 6 item slots, you don't have a TP with you. Like it's all about the split push with Silhouette, and also like you could obviously save up for the 6 item, but then you wouldn't have a buyback at the same time. But it doesn't matter too much because they're pushing in now. But I would like to see Post Haste. Yeah.
All right. Well,
it sounds strange, but I really like it anyway.
Especially with a hero like Silhouette, it's all about constantly being very mobile,
and also like
pushing.
Keeping your boots is still decent. Like the Steam Boots, give like 30 attack speed plus or 25 attack speed plus the attribute. Like they're still decent even if they don't stack their movement speed.
Yeah.
It's just really nice. Plus you might be able to get the nice phase effects from Post Haste as well if you're not getting attacked like you run up max movement speed. Yeah. It sounds troll, but it's
Jump
good.
in right here, Dr. Pulsar Sheepstick once again. He cannot do anything. Every single fight, he just gets locked down right off the bat. Seismic Slam, but Silhouette still holding her ground. Energy Field does go down. It's only double tap, though. Release the Kraken, keeping Switchblade in place. And Switchblade goes down. A hat trick for Silhouette once again. He has a token. He's going to accept death right here. Oh, no, he actually avoids it. Never mind. The tower. Oh, my God, he's still alive. How is he still alive? He just dives, and he dies anyways for the quad kill. That's when you know you're in a pretty bad spot.
This is what I'm talking about, guys. You just pick up Silhouette. Like, it was shut down in, like... Brexos played it correct. Well, I didn't see how she returned with 350 GPM,
Yeah.
but they did the right thing. Like they locked her down in terms of the laning phase. Did a try lane against her. Like the best way to shut her down is like aggressive dual lanes because like she really does suck if she's not against a suicide. But even then, like she just came back and just wrecked the game. And Brady, I've been saying it. Like just pick up this hero if you want to win games. Like that is my public service announcement to all the competitors.